everybody, Heather from New Zealand. I'm back talking about rebooting my Flylady system. I had seriously got off track after doing the Flylady for a long time. So I'm regrouping, I'm refocusing on what it is to do the Flylady and getting myself back in order again. So today I want to talk about decluttering, something I'm not very keen on doing, but I know how important and essential it is to having a smoothly run home that's easy to keep clean. So let's talk about that today and let's get this thing going. Okay, so if you've watched my previous video, you will see that I'm taking some of the Flylady habits that I really want to focus on to get my act back together and make my life a whole lot easier using the Flylady system. Now, these videos are about my journey of rebooting the Flylady system. So if you're new to the Flylady, please watch. I really hope that I'm going to have some helpful ideas and everything as I go through this video. But this is not necessarily the recommended way to start from scratch. So if you've never heard from the Flylady and you want to know what it's all about, I have a video about that which I'll put down in the description below. And also if you want to start her from the very beginning, I've done a series of the Flylady's 31 steps, which might be really helpful, and I would suggest you start there if you're an absolute beginner. And my video is called Overwhelmed to Order, and it's a whole playlist of the 31 steps. You could do those one day at a time if you wanted to, or take a bit longer over the process, whatever works for you. So anyway, I'll put a link to that at the end. But in the meantime, let's start talking about decluttering, because man, that's where the rubber meets the metal. Decluttering as part of the Flylady system is really important, and her way of doing it I think is pure magic. I have always tried to do decluttering the wrong way around, completely the wrong way around. I pull everything out, I make a huge mess, I get overwhelmed, I can't make all the decisions that I need to about every single item, and I end up putting it back. So that's how not to declutter. And I think one of the things that I said for me, which is the hard part of decluttering, is all the decisions that I need to make. Because when actually I look at my clutter, I find that my clutter is actually just a representation of decisions I haven't made. Like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to put this? Maybe I haven't put it where it should be. It doesn't have a home, so I haven't made a decision, so I've put it in a pile. Maybe I want to get rid of it, but I haven't decided whether to give it away. Or maybe it needs fixing and I haven't decided when I'm going to fix it. I've deferred it all to later. So that's why decluttering for me is overwhelmed, because all these decisions come at me straight away. The way the Flylady gets us to declutter is a little bit at a time. In fact, she uses her good old timer of 15 minutes. And that to me is heaven, because even though I hate decluttering, I can do it for 15 minutes. So let's take it from the top. Number one, you start in whatever zone you're in with the Flylady. So at the moment we are in the bedroom, the main bedroom zone. So if I'm decluttering today, which I will be, I haven't done it yet, don't tell anybody, I haven't done it yet, but so that's where I'll be. You work in the zone that you're in. Again, I'll put links to zone videos down below if you don't understand the zone system. This week we're in the master bedroom. So for my decluttering time, I'll go to the master bedroom. Now, again, the Flylady has made the decisions for us. If you follow her systems, sometimes I find I get really delayed because I feel overwhelmed by all the decisions I have to make. Like where I'm going to be decluttering. If you're following the system, that decision's already made. How should I declutter? Well, you just do it the way the Flylady tells you to do it, rather than trying to reinvent the wheel all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the door of the bedroom, or whatever room it is you're doing, and I'm going to work clockwise round the room. Now, the advantage of doing this is you get to do all those things that you don't want to do, because how often do you walk in and think, oh no, I won't declutter that drawer, or I won't go into that cupboard, it's scary. Well, the decision's already made. You're going to work clockwise. So for me, I walk into my bedroom and I've got a great big cabinet there that's full of all sorts of rubbish, like old photographs, old ornaments, things people have given me. So it's a big job, but I'm only doing it for 15 minutes. So what I do, I take 3 things with me. Now, don't go out and buy anything, please. Don't buy more stuff. Number 1, this is my put away box. So everything that I find that's in the wrong place, I'm going to put it in here. I'm not going to put it away out of the 15 minutes. When I've finished, I'll put those things away. So everything in the wrong place goes in the put away box. Easy. Right, then there is the giveaway box. This is just an old apple box. It's an old apple box I got from the supermarket, and this is going to be my giveaway box. So these are things that aren't really trash. They might have some use in them, and it seems a shame to throw them into landfill. So I give mine to what we call our op shop. In New Zealand, we have our second-hand shops are called opportunity shops, or op shops for short. And so like we've got one locally that's the money that's raised from that goes to the hospice. Most of the local churches have an op shop, and people can go in and buy their unwanted stuff that will be treasures for them. But it's wonderful for you to take that useful stuff to the op shop, because you're basically making a donation to charity and cleaning out your house at the same time. Total win-win situation there. Last thing I'm taking in is a rubbish bag. Yep, I'm going to put anything that is rubbish or needs mending in the bin. You know, if you've had it in the cupboard for months to mend it, you're not going to do it. Throw it away. Don't give stuff to the charity shop that actually should be in the bin, because that's just disheartening for the people who work at that shop to have to throw it out. It's actually incurring a cost for them. Be hard on yourself. Put stuff in the bin. Only throw away stuff that you would think would be good to buy at the op shop. And there, the rest in the bin. So it's not rocket science. It's really easy. So grab your timer. Let's make that 15 minutes. Come on, silly thing. It's going a bit slow. Getting old. Okay. 15 minutes on the timer. Got your throw away, give away, put away boxes, and off you go. It's really easy. You don't have to make it overly hard. Now, how do you make those decisions about those items that you have so much sentimental value? That's where you need to be a bit stern with yourself. So if you're like me and you're sentimental and you tend to attach thoughts and feelings and memories to items, it can be difficult to throw stuff out. So I have 4 questions that I ask myself. These again are not rocket science, but they're a really good way to clarify your thoughts. So the first thing is, do I use it? If the answer is yes, you can keep that. If you're using it on a regular basis, it's part of your life. In that, I would include things like Christmas decorations, you know. You use them once a year at Christmas. It's part of your household, your life. Do I use it? Do I love it? Does it bring me a whole load of happiness to have that as part of my life? Now that's going to be a different question for a different answer for different people. Some things, you know, it's a matter of taste, it's preference. But do you love it? Does it make you happy? The third thing is, would you buy it again? I mean, maybe you've got something that you bought and you thought it was a good idea, but actually it's not really that a good idea when you get it home and you don't use it and it's just filling up your cupboard. What thing that pops into mind, something that I bought, is a lettuce spinner that collapses. I think I've used it once and it didn't really work very well. It needs to go. Do you use it? Do you love it? would you buy it again? Now, there are things that around the house that I find that you would buy it again, but what state is it in now? Be honest. Take a good look at it. The trick I use for that, and I find it great with clothes, but it works for other things as well. When I'm hanging out my laundry, I'll say, would I buy this item of clothing at a second-hand shop for $3 or $4? And I look at it, and just asking that question helps me detach from the item a bit. And I'll notice, well, actually, it's got some stains on, or it's a bit frayed here, so no, I wouldn't buy it. So if you wouldn't buy it in the op shop, what's it doing in your house? It's in the wrong place. Get rid of it. If it's something you need to replace, look at replacing it. If it's something you need to save up to replace, save up to replace it. Don't live with stuff that you wouldn't buy from a second-hand shop. So I hope those questions are really helpful. On my last video, I talked about some of the habits that I was going to really focus on this week. And they were keeping my sink shiny, keeping my laundry up to date, and dressed shoes. And just a quick update on those. I'm doing really, really good. And it's one thing I love about the Flylady. As soon as you put a bit more focus back into it, and you start going over these things again and again, it picks up momentum so quickly. So I've had a great week, and I'm feeling really positive about rebooting all of this. So this week I'm going to keep focusing on those 3 items. Because the decluttering is a big one for me, I'm just going to do decluttering this week, and every day I'm going to, except Sunday, I don't do things on Sundays, except Sunday, I'm going to do my 15-minute declutter. Now, because it's a Friday when I'm videoing this, by the next video I will have changed zones. I'm starting in the bedroom, so I'll just do I'm not going to get the whole bedroom done. I'm only going to have Friday, Saturday, I'm only going to have 2 sessions of decluttering in there, but that's okay, because the next time it comes around, I'll start again where I left off, going clockwise again. One more trick I forgot to say. This is something that I've discovered after 2 years of doing the Flylady. I've changed how I do my list. I've got my Flylady list with my morning routines and my afternoon routines, and I would always tick them off as I went. I've made a discovery. I find when I do the ticks, maybe it's a hangover from school when I was a kid, you'd get ticks and crosses. When I do the ticks and there's gaps, there's things I've missed because I've got busy or something else has come up, and I see those gaps. I haven't been putting a cross there, but I've been feeling quite negative about my day, and that's been counterproductive for me. So what I've started to do is, instead of doing ticks, I give myself a little happy face. So, just 2 little dots, doot, and a smile. 2 little dots and a smile instead of a tick. You know what? I can't believe the difference it's made. It was really, really good. So I suggest you give that a try, because you look at your list and it's full of happy faces looking back at you. And somehow I don't feel so upset about the things that I've missed. So I don't know, psychologists will probably tell you a lot about me from that, but hey, it's working.